Recently, I tried a viral life hack for a week challenge, eating the frog. Is this you every morning? A mounting to-do list that feels more like a novel, a fresh wave of procrastination hitting you before your first sip of coffee, and that one dreaded task that looms over your entire day like a dark cloud? If you're nodding along, then you're in the right place. For the next week, I'm diving headfirst into a challenge that promises to obliterate procrastination and supercharge productivity. Welcome to my attempt at conquering a viral life hack that has taken the internet by storm. I'm talking about the eat the frog method. It's a beautifully simple yet intimidatingly direct productivity technique that has been lauded by entrepreneurs, productivity gurus, and countless content creators across social media. The name itself, admittedly, is a little unappetizing, but the core concept is what hooked me. Tackle your most challenging, most important task first thing in the morning. No easing into the day with easy emails. No warming up with minor chores. You identify your frog, that one task you're most likely to put off, and you eat it right away. The theory behind this viral sensation, popularized by author Brian Tracy, is elegantly logical. By accomplishing your most daunting task before anything else, you create a powerful sense of achievement that propels you through the rest of your day with momentum and a clear head. The psychological weight of that dreaded task is lifted, freeing up mental energy and vanquishing the anxiety that often fuels procrastination. Or so the internet claims. I, for one, am a professional procrastinator, so I saw that I was so inclined to procrastinate. So the idea of willingly facing my biggest challenge at the crack of dawn sounds less than appealing. But for the sake of this video and for the glimmer of hope that I might finally get my life in order, I am committing to a full 7 days of eating the frog. Will this viral hack be the key to unlocking a new level of productivity, or will it be a week of morning misery? There's only one way to find out. I'll be documenting my daily struggles, my small victories, and my overall experience to give you the unfiltered truth about whether this life hack is truly life-changing or just another passing trend. Day one began with a surprising amount of optimism. And the first step, and arguably one of the most crucial, is identifying your frog. Last night, I sat down and made a list of all my pending tasks, and it quickly became clear what my amphibian of the day would be: scripting 3 videos in one sitting. This is a task that requires immense focus and creative energy, and one that I'm notorious for pushing to the very last minute. The thought of it usually sends me into a spiral of tidying my entire apartment to avoid it. Waking up on that first morning, knowing my frog was waiting for me, was strange. The temptation to check my phone, to make a leisurely breakfast, to do literally anything else was immense, but I stuck to the plan. With a large coffee in hand, I sat down at my desk, opened a blank document, and began. The first hour was a genuine struggle. My brain felt foggy, and the urge to switch to an easier task was a constant battle. It was a true test of willpower. By day 2, something interesting started to happen. The initial resistance was still there, but it was noticeably weaker. My frog for the day was a mountain of administrative paperwork I had been avoiding for weeks. As I methodically worked my way through it, a sense of calm began to settle in. Instead of the usual background hum of anxiety about this looming task, there was a quiet focus. Finishing it by 10 a.m. felt like a superpower. The midweek point, day 3, brought the first significant challenge. I woke up feeling tired and unmotivated. My designated frog was to finally tackle the daunting task of organizing my chaotic digital files. The allure of the snooze button was almost overwhelming. This is where the discipline of the challenge truly kicked in. I had to remind myself of the clarity I felt the day before and push through the initial discomfort. It wasn't easy, but the feeling of accomplishment afterward was a powerful motivator. An unexpected benefit I began to notice around day 4 was a significant reduction in decision fatigue. Normally, I would spend a good portion of my morning flitting between small tasks, trying to decide what to work on next. With the Eat the Frog method, the most important decision of the day was already made for me. This conservation of mental energy was a game changer, leaving me with more focus and creativity for the rest of my tasks. Day 5 was the turning point. My frog was a particularly difficult client email that I had been dreading. It required a delicate balance of firmness and diplomacy, and I had been putting it off for far too long. By tackling it first thing in the morning with a fresh and clear mind, I was able to craft a response that was both effective and professional. The relief that washed over me after hitting send was palpable and set a positive tone for the entire day. As the week progressed, I found myself developing a new relationship with my to-do list. Instead of a source of stress, it became a strategic tool. Identifying my frog each evening became a ritual that provided a sense of control and preparedness for the day ahead. This proactive approach, as opposed to my usual reactive scrambling, was a profound mental shift. I also discovered that the nature of the frog could vary. Some days it was a mentally taxing creative task, while others it was a mundane but necessary administrative chore. The common thread was that it was always the task that, if left undone, would cast the longest shadow over my day. By consistently getting it out of the way, I was essentially guaranteeing a more positive and productive mindset. By day 6, the Eat the Frog method had started to feel less like a challenge and more like a natural part of my routine. The initial morning struggle had largely subsided, replaced by a sense of purpose. I found that I was not only completing my most important tasks, but also had more time and energy for the smaller, more enjoyable aspects of my work. On the final day of the challenge, I woke up before my alarm, a rare occurrence. My frog for the day was to plan out my content calendar for the next month, a task that often feels overwhelming. But this time I approached it with a newfound confidence. The process was smooth, efficient, and dare I say, enjoyable. It was a fitting end to a week of transformative productivity. So after a full week of eating the frog, what's the final verdict? I can honestly say that this viral life hack has lived up to the hype and then some. The most significant and measurable result was the sheer volume of important work I was able to accomplish. Tasks that would have normally languished on my to-do list for weeks were completed in a matter of days. The pros of this method are numerous. It dramatically reduces procrastination by forcing you to confront your most challenging task head on. It boosts momentum and creates a positive feedback loop of accomplishment. It frees up mental space and reduces the anxiety that comes with having a dreaded task hanging over your head. And it simplifies your morning by eliminating decision fatigue. However, it's not without its challenges. The initial willpower required to stick to this routine can be intense, especially if you're not a morning person. It also requires a certain level of self-awareness to accurately identify your most important tasks each day. There were definitely moments where I was tempted to choose an easier frog just to tick the box. So who is this life hack really for? I would say it's for anyone who struggles with procrastination, feels overwhelmed by their to-do list, or wants to bring a greater sense of intention and focus to their day. It's particularly effective for freelancers, students, or anyone with a degree of autonomy over their schedule. If your mornings are dictated by external demands, it might be more challenging to implement, but not impossible. My final rating for the Eat the Frog productivity method is a resounding 9 out of 10. It has fundamentally changed the way I approached my work and has had a tangible, positive impact on my productivity and overall well-being. It's a simple concept with a profound effect, and one that I will continue to incorporate into my daily routine long after this challenge is over. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you tried the Eat the Frog method? What are your go-to productivity hacks for beating procrastination? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video and want to see me tackle more viral life hacks, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next challenge. Thanks for watching, and here's to more productive mornings.